Reno, I'm Dom. I'm an educator, and I'm also the founder of a company, an education business, that I was recently speaking to your mom about this business. Okay. So, I'm an educator and the founder of a education company, and we provide one-on-one self-directed education. It's about choice. It's about every single learner knowing that they have to make decisions, but we very often find ourselves making decisions that are the obligatory, like, this is what you have to do, this is what you should do. The road that is paved for us is kind of a narrow road. And so for people like myself, I'm an educator, but I hated school. Hated it. I dropped out, and it was the best thing I ever did. Because that is how I found my power. That is how I became an educator. I found alternative education. What are we doing here? How long is this video gonna be? Why the heck am I here? Why am I, Reno, here watching this? Why? I'm an educator and a founder of an education company that might just be able to help you. Your mom and I were speaking about what self-directed, one-on-one self-directed education, how that could play into your life. And I told Mom, here's the thing, is that Reno has to choose it. You have to not only want this, but yeah, that's it really. That's actually the only requirement for this program, is that you want that ownership over your education. You want that ownership over your choices. Essentially, I'm pitching you. I'm pitching you on the idea of, if you think this is helpful, let's try it out. And so I'll show you around, and you can see what we do, but yeah, essentially is off the beaten path learning a better option than whatever I'm trying now? If it is, just try it. At any point you can stop, right? But if it works, then the idea is you do this weekly one-on-one meeting with your educator, whether that's me or another person that's better suited for you. I've worked with one learner for 4 years, and most of the learners I work with are closer to the 4-month experience. But it's up to you. Again, every part of this is up to you. You choose it every part of the way. Because that's actually the secret sauce of what I do, is I facilitate you choosing. Because that's where you find your power. That's where you find your confidence. That's where you practice your genius. I'm feeling very intense about this, and it's because I'm passionate about it. Off the Beaten Path Learning, this education company business that the website you're looking at right now, started because a 14-year-old former learner of mine had their parents call me, text me, and say, hey, we need you for this kid to be their talent manager. And this was actually the 14-year-old's idea, that they needed a talent manager. And so I became their talent manager, aka their mentor. And we've been working together for 4 years. Yeah, so how it works. So this is where I explain. I kind of talked to your mom about this a little bit, so you can ask her perspective on it. But essentially, there are these 5 stages of the model. So the idea with one-on-one self-directed education is that we are getting you to where you want to go. So you, in the beginning, we do a needs assessment. That's where we probe and we find out what is it that you are needing and wanting and exploring, and what gets in your way. So it's likes and dislikes, but much deeper than that. And then we create a plan. So this is one person's like vision board of, this is one learner's way of figuring out what it was that she wanted. In this case, it was, a lot of office work and aesthetic and graduating school and So planning, yes. So then we create a plan based on your initial conversation, and the plan is meant to get you to a place where you are ready to accomplish your goals. So that's the third step, is that we prepare you for the actually doing the thing, and then you do the thing, which is, you practice whatever skill you wanted to practice, whatever theory you wanted to learn. Maybe you create something around it. If you're interested in, this is really random, but maybe you're interested in writing a TV show. And so you write a TV show, a very short TV show. You could script 5 or 10 minutes of a show, maybe even put it together and record using people or little figurines or something. This is like one very random idea of a way that you could explore basically any topic: gaming, food, cards, history. It doesn't, anything, juggling, oceanography. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? So when you're practicing, you would be then creating that video, creating that script, creating that sculpture, creating that whatever it was that you were going to form. And I'll tell you this, here's an example of someone that was working on a comic book. This was the opener of the comic book. Here is someone who presented a workshop with me and a colleague in Vermont. It was the winter time, so that's what the heaps of snow are about. And this was really cool because what she was working on was building herself up to be more of an advocate for mental health. And so we did a workshop called Strengths-Based Approach. Youth perspective, right? So then the last stage then is to reflect and evaluate yourself according to your own metrics of success. So for example, today I met with a learner and he's working on a YouTube video. What would he consider a success for the video? And he said to me something that I was not expecting. And this shows how it is always up to the learner. The choice is always up to the learner. It is never my choice. He decided that if the video was a good video, that if it was high quality cinematography, good quality sound, interesting, engaging, if it was a good video, captivating video, if it performed well on the YouTubes, then he would consider it a success. what I'd like to do now, if you're still watching this, and thank you, by the way, for your time. If you're still like giving this your attention, that's means a lot to me, because I'm, taking the time to record it and, really thinking of the conversation I had with your mom and I don't know you. I don't know you. So this is all kind of just an explanation of what it could be. We have to find out who you are, and you have to find out more about who you are and more about how this process can help you step more into that identity, your unique identity. Okay, so just to give you a quick personal glimpse into what this process could be like for you, Reno, it would start with exploration of what is possible. So there would probably be a lot of like dipping into different topic period. We might focus our meeting on, for example, card games throughout history. We might talk about a show that you like, and what did you like about it? What did the show have in common with the historical time period, whatever? Or what did the show have in common with a video game that you're playing right now? And you may be asking yourself, what does that have to do with my education? And you may be asking yourself that partially because we as a society misunderstand what is an education. You are always learning. Everyone is always learning. If you're alive, you are learning because you're experiencing the world, and your perceptions and brain connections are changing as you perceive and interpret. You are always learning. So the question is, are you learning what you want to learn? Are you learning what you're going to be good at? Or are you learning what somebody else wants you to learn and what somebody else wants you to be good at? I'm here for choice. I'm here for choosing. And so the beginning, I think, of our process, maybe the first few weeks, would be a lot of exploration. A lot. And we could make it focused if you wanted to, on one thing or two things, or, again, it's all up to you. And I facilitate that process, walk you through it. Whoever the educator is walks you through it. This work is hard because growing in ways that you want to grow, it's not easy. And paving your own path, creating a unique life for yourself, is also not easy. So I think there would be a period of kind of coming to terms and facing your fears and talking about what's uncomfortable and stepping into the discomfort and exploring that. Like, wow, I was exploring and I was having such a great time, and now I feel like I'm doing nothing. Or now I don't understand why I'm doing it. Now I'm having doubts. Totally natural. Completely natural. Literally to be expected. And then we would move from that place of like, I don't know if I trust this. I'm kind of grieving this other possibility, like that this, like, the grass is always greener. And then kind of go through that, move through that, and then enter a place of realizing, holy mackerel, this is super cool. Look at all the stuff that I can do. Look at all the stuff that I can read and watch and listen to and care about and think about. Look at all the stuff that I can make and build and create. Wow. It's been a wild ride, and Reno, if you would join me on this adventure, then I'd love to work with you. I'll finish up with just, this is your choice. This is your choice every step of the way, before, during, and after. So be good, be well, and if we don't meet, then I wish for you I wish for you the best discovery.